Here we are with a brownfield transformer replacement from this point cloud to this elevation view. One of the first steps we need to do is bring in a point cloud into a ReCap project file, and then we can save that as a ReCap file. So if you open up your ReCap, your Autodesk ReCap, you can create a new project, and you're going to import from a point cloud. So let's import from a point cloud. I'm just going to take the defaults here, and I'll show you the files that we can import. So this is going to be clear that we have these files that we can import. Once you have a file that's been created by a scanner, you can bring this in. Once we've opened the point cloud from the scanner, we can save it as a ReCap file, at RCP file. So I'll open an RCP file, and we'll take a look of what we imported. We have several tools on the side, and I'm going to orbit, and we'll bring it up, and we'll take a look at what we have here. You can see we have a decent scan. You can see the circles where the scanners have been set. If I move it a bit, you can see the circles a little bit easier. So there's been several scans in this scan. What we're going to do today, we're going to replace a transformer and put in some new cabling, and we'll work from there. So with this, I have a ReCap file, a RCP file. The next step is to bring this into Inventor. Here we are with Inventor, and we're going to bring in that ReCap file. I'll create a new file, a new template. I'm going to bring it directly into my template. My template's already set the way I want it with my Z vertical. And I'll come up to Manage, and we have several tools in here. I'm going to attach that ReCap file. I'm going to attach it here, open. I'm just going to stick it anywhere. But here we have a dialog box where I'm going to put everything to 0 in this case. If we know where our 0 reference point is, we can do that. I've also looked at my file, and I can take a top view on this. You can see it's a little bit turned. I can always move my assembly file to my 0 reference point at any time. But to work with my Inventor, I want to have an angle in here, and I've looked at it already, and I've came up with an angle of -19.5 degrees to get this as straight as possible. I can increase my density gradients, and that you can see it's already maxed out here. Maximum allowable points. I'm just going to bring it up to the middle here, and I'll say OK. In this file here, it doesn't mean too much, and we can come back up to Home, and we can look at our file. So we see our scan, and what we're going to do is replace this transformer in the front here. And what I can do from Inventor, I can crop. I'm going to do a box crop. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and I just want to see a certain area. So I'm going to get a top view. Let's get a top view here. And I'm going to get a box crop. I really only want this area here. So I'm going to grab a box. And you get the choice, keep inside. I'm going to keep inside and say OK. So now I'm looking at something a little bit smaller that I can play with, a little easier to move around and manipulate. Next thing I want to do is remove my transformer. So you can see I've cleaned it up, and I'm going to work from here. So we need to add some work geometry to this part. What we need to do is bring in points, and from those points we can figure out our work geometry placement. So I want to look at the foundation, and I'm going to add a couple points at the corners. So I'll come up to my cloud point. I'll put a point on this corner, and I'll hit enter and replace and put another point there. So I got 2 points. I need 3 points for a plane. So over here, I'm going to put another point on this corner. You can see where your corner is going to be. You're not going to be perfectly accurate, but you're going to be reasonable. And with that, I have 3 points to create a plane. So now I can come into my 3D model, and I'll create a plane. And this is going to be the plane what the transformer is going to sit on. And there's my plane. What I also need to do is have an idea on what height my geometry is here. So when I bring in cables, I need to know where this is. So I'm going to do the same thing here and bring in those points. By creating the 3 points, now I have able to have my height identified in my bus work. I have a high side bus identified here and low side bus here. Once I've completed my LiDAR IPT, I'll put it in a higher assembly where I'll have a subassembly of my Inventor parts that I'm going to use as the replacement pieces. Here you can see my transformer I've placed, and I'm going to be able to use the work points and the work planes that I had in the LiDAR to bring that information into my arrangement for my Inventor pieces in this assembly. I can now identify where my planes are for my fittings. I can start identifying where my transformer base is, and also include where my posts are on either side. So I'm able to throw that in as well. From that, I can develop and create my assembly and finish it. And here you can see all the finished pieces in here. If I come into that assembly, it's a subassembly, you can see I have all the building material information I need in here. So from that, I can come into and create a drawing. So here we are in the drawing view, and you can see I have the transformer assembly here. I can edit that view, and you see the view here. It's 3/8 to a foot. That's actually a 32:1 ratio, and I'll show you that in a minute. The image here, I can't bring in a LiDAR into my drawing, so I have to bring in an image. And I want to scale it appropriately for my drawing view. So I bring in my image and I create a sketch symbol and bring my image into the sketch symbol. I'm going to edit my sketch symbol. And the key thing here is my image is on top of my dimensions, of course. I got to move it. And the key thing here is to get that height, it's 32:1. So I know my height is 184 inches, so I divide by 32, and I'm going to get the proper scale for my height of my transformer to my bus work. So we bring that back, and you can see how it's all lined up here, and it's reasonably accurate. So from that, I can create my sketch symbol and place it in. So that's how I get the sketch symbol in, and it's reasonably accurate. And from here, I have my finished drawing that I can use. I'll go back into my assembly. We can look at it. We can see the accuracy. It's reasonably accurate with the bus lining up with the existing bus. We have the heights, and we have all our cable and wiring.